Alright, let me ask you something. Have you ever actually watched the Patterson-Gimlin footage all the way through? Not the meme version, not the shaky repost, the real one. October 20th, 1967, Bluff Creek, Northern California. Two guys on horseback riding through the woods, and they capture this thing walking across a clearing. And the part that gets me isn't even the walk. It's when it turns and looks back. That look back has been analyzed for decades, frame by frame, stabilized, enhanced, and somehow it still doesn't go away. So the real question is, was that really Bigfoot? So here's what most people don't know. Roger Patterson wasn't just some random guy who happened to be in the woods. He was obsessed with Bigfoot. He had already written a book about it. He was actively trying to make a documentary about sightings. He was looking for something. Bob Gimlin, rodeo guy, horseman, not a filmmaker, not a Hollywood special effects artist. They were out in Bluff Creek filming when they said they stumbled onto this thing walking across the clearing. And after that footage came out, everything exploded. Some analysts said the thigh muscles in the film ripple in a way that would be hard to fake in 1967. They pointed to the arm length, longer than a typical human proportion. They analyzed the stride, the weight shift, the way the foot sinks into the sand. Then, the other side stepped in. A man named Bob Hieronymus later claimed he was the one inside a costume, that it was all staged. But here's the strange part. No original suit was ever produced. No definitive costume ever surfaced. And recreations over the years never quite matched the walk. Patterson died in 1972, still insisting it was real. Gimlin? He stuck by this story for decades, never changed it. If it was a hoax, it's one of the most committed long-term performances in modern folklore. And if it wasn't, then that 59 seconds changed everything. But here's the thing. Bigfoot didn't start in 1967. Long before that footage, tribes in the Pacific Northwest were already telling stories about a large forest being. The Yurok, the Karuk, the Hupa. And up in Washington, the Coast Salish people even had a name for it. Sasquatch. That's where Sasquatch comes from. These weren't cartoon monster stories. They described a powerful upright being that lived deep in the forest. Sometimes dangerous, sometimes just there. Imagine walking through those woods and locking eyes with something that shouldn't exist. Not attacking, not charging, just aware of you. And then the story gets weird. Because out in Utah, near Skinwalker Ranch, you don't just get UFO reports. The Sherman family, who owned the property in the 1990s, reported all kinds of strange activity. Lights in the sky, animals behaving strangely, predator-like creatures that didn't seem normal. And in the broader Uinta Basin region, there have been reports of massive upright figures seen near ranch land and forest edges. Now, here's what makes that interesting. Skinwalker Ranch later became the focus of funded investigations. Researchers, scientists, money poured into studying what was happening out there. And what they found, or didn't find, only made things stranger. Because the phenomena didn't stay in one category. It wasn't just UFOs. It wasn't just creatures. It wasn't just poltergeist activity. It overlapped. Hot spots, clusters, moments where multiple things seem to happen in the same region. So now, Bigfoot isn't just a forest story anymore. It's showing up in the same conversations as unidentified craft. Same land, same silence, same question mark. And then you zoom out even further. The Himalayas. Sherpa communities have talked about the Yeti for generations. Not a cartoon snow monster, a large, powerful mountain being. In 1951, a British explorer named Eric Shipton photographed massive unexplained footprints near Mount Everest. And those photos still get debated today. Snow instead of moss, blizzard instead of fog, but the outline feels familiar. And then we bring it home. Out in Borrego, people talk about the Sandman, a tall figure seen at dusk, crossing open desert ridgelines, too big to be a person, moving with long, steady strides before disappearing. And closer to Joshua Tree, you hear about the Yucca Man. One story says a Marine on guard duty near 29 Palms saw a massive upright figure near the perimeter fence. Too tall, too broad, not moving like a man. And just like that, it was gone. Same archetype, different habitat. And here's the part that keeps this from being just a biology story. If this was only an undiscovered primate, why does it show up in forests, mountains, deserts? Why does it overlap in places where people report lights in the sky, where strange phenomena cluster? No bones, no confirmed body, no remains we can point to and say, there it is. Just sightings, footprints, stories, moments. And every single time, it walks away. What if Bigfoot isn't just hiding from us? What if it doesn't stay where we think it stays? What if it moves differently? Appears, disappears. Not trapped to one environment, not bound to one explanation. Maybe the real mystery isn't whether Bigfoot exists. Maybe the mystery is what category it belongs in. And maybe that's why we're still talking about it. This is Joshua Tree Encounters, where UFOs, cryptids, and strangeness collide.